Good evening, distinguished guests. I first thank you, GEEF, for inviting me to deliver this keynote address. And it is really an honor to speak between so high dignitaries, basically. And as I introduce my company, which is dealing in different technology and different types of projects we are undertaking, which is helping industries and utilities in energy transition, as well as the other goals that just like zero carbon or net zero carbon aims, basically. So we are handling different solar projects. We are handling floating solar projects in India. We are working with different companies like NTPC, Aramco in Saudi Arabia. We are also involved in green hydrogen projects that we are doing in NEOM. And basically, we are doing digitalization in different utilities like PGCIL and other companies. And it is helping them in reducing the efficiency, basically, of whatever activities they are taking. And in this note, I will like to emphasize, or I will like to discuss more on the electric vehicle, means how this electric vehicle charging status, how this electric vehicle is helping in cleaning the auto sector, basically. So this is one of the charging stations that we have installed. And this is, there are different types of charger which is industry is using, just like AC charger, DC charger, slow charger or fast charger. It depends on the power that we are using. And there are different side issues also that we have to take into account. Just like every electric vehicle that we are charging through electricity is not green, basically, until unless we are powering the recharging of the electric vehicle through green energy, basically, maybe solar, maybe wind, or maybe some other form of energy. So until unless we are providing energy at these charging stations through these means, it is difficult to say that we are utilizing electric vehicle as a means of greening the energy, basically. So I have prepared this presentation is 5 slides, basically. What is the present scenario of electric vehicles? What is the present scenario of EV charging infrastructure that is available in the industry as well as in India, basically? And then EV charging ecosystem, what are the different elements which are involved, how the different chemicals which is used for making the battery and recycling all those batteries, and what is the supply chain for that, and new electric vehicle policy that government has recently announced to push the local manufacturing of these vehicles in India, basically. And then what are the future trends in EV charging? So if we see at presently, as Government of India is planning that by 2030, we should be at the stage where 50% of the vehicles which is sold into the market should be the green vehicle. It should be electric vehicle. So if we see the present status, if we consider the 4 different types of vehicles which is used in the transport, basically, vans and trucks, presently it is 3% of the total vans and trucks sold into the market. Similarly, passenger car, if you see, it is 14% as on date today. Buses are 38%, and 2-wheelers and 3-wheelers are 49%, which are electric up to date today. So it is a gigantic task that government has set up for Indian people as well as its team, basically, to push that 50% of the vehicles sold by 2030 should be the electric vehicle. Now we can look, what are the different points, what are the different points in the charging infrastructure of electric vehicle. If we see the way the things are going, by 2030, 1 charger will be required for every 40 electric vehicles, keeping 30% growth rate by 2030, there will be requirement of 4 lakh charging stations annually. Now, there are other options also available in the market, just like battery swapping, which is widely used in China these days, and that is a very useful way of transporting or exchanging the energy. Means you can recharge the electric vehicle just like we are taking gasoline from a pump station, petrol pump station. So that way, if we see the battery swapping offers 3 distinct advantage. That is the time, it saves the space, and the cost, it is cost efficient also. Battery swapping by Government of India is put into the FAME and production link scheme so that it can be encouraged basically. And charging highways, this is one of the technology that is under development right now. Means as soon as you will drive the vehicle over the highway, it will get charged. So it will give it 2 advantage. One, that it can go to a higher range with the same battery. And another thing, it will save the time and money of the driver or of the owner basically. Now, self-charging using solar and wind by providing these on the vehicle itself. So that is also one of the way of pushing the green energy. Now, what are the different ecosystem that is associated with this battery, electric vehicle, all that stuff? So demand for this lithium-ion battery is increasing. So the elements like lithium, cobalt, nickel, they are demands in increasing, and their mining is a challenge. And all the supply chain, if you see, it is up to today, it is China concentrated. When these elements are mined, processed, and it is made up to the point that it is used in the industry. Similarly, if you see EV supply chains, it is affected by extreme weather conditions, geopolitics, changing trade alliances, supply chain, that I already covered. Then if you calculate different factors like HHI, WGI, and innovation factor, this supply chain is very sensitive and getting affected by different conditions, just as we see in case when Corona happened. The simple chip that we were getting from Taiwan and Korea, simply that chip was not available, and due to that reason, the whole white goods, you can say refrigerator, washing machine, whatever, so it was halted. It could not be supplied. The same way, the chips that is used in this battery charging system, if there is any problem, then it will create a supply chain issue. Recently, government has announced for EV policy. So it is like minimum investment of 4,150 crores. That is a minimum investment that the government is encouraging, and the manufacturing facility of these EV vehicles can be established within 3 years. And within 5 years, 50% domestic value addition can be added into these projects. Then it will be the advantages of this policy by Government of India will be given to the owners basically. So to strengthen the EV ecosystem, healthy competition, economy of scales, these policy will push all these factors, and other factors like technology transfer, that is very important. When we are starting the manufacturing in India, it is not just like knockdown state, we are assembling the things, but it should be manufactured in India, and the technology to manufacture that should be transferred to Indian owners or Indian companies basically. That is very important. Some of the companies which has shown interest in India, so these are some Vietnamese company, US company, and some of the Chinese and Indian companies. Now, future trends that is going in under research for enhancing the EV infrastructure basically, that is more miles per charge. Means once the charging is done of the batteries of an electric vehicle, that it should give more mileage. Because if you see the gasoline, it is giving 700 or 750 kilometers per per tank full, if you can say. So in comparison to that, right now if you are fully charging your battery, you can go 350, 400, some. So it creates anxiety in the mind of a driver. Okay, there may be traffic jam, there may be other weather conditions. So 350 is the maximum, I cannot go more than 200. So that is the anxiety in the mind of the driver that is preventing the adoption of the electric vehicle as such, or in general basically. Sorry. Similarly, vehicle to grid, because once the power is drawn from the grid for charging these batteries, it is creating a load on the grid itself. So the stability of the grid is also under scrutiny basically. And to increase the stability of the grid as well as the flexibility of meeting the demand by the grid can be supported by if there is any charge available on the battery and the driver of that electric vehicle is closed the day, means it has completed his business, then he can return that power to the grid itself. So this is a technology which is coming but not widely popular right now. So that we are also trying to push with the EV people. Then another is the solid state battery which is coming, and it is means some of the places it is implemented, and it will definitely bring it will be a game changer basically once it's commercialized and comes into the market. So that is some of the aspects that I just wanted to highlight on the electric vehicle. And if there is any question, you can ask me. There are more things to discuss, but it will take more time. So there are some other aspects also. So if any questions are there, I will be happy to answer those things. Okay, thank you.
So please give a big round of applause. Thank you, Mr. Saxena.